Skyrim crashed, and so did OBS. So I wonder where the fuck I'm at. I killed one of the keepers, in case you're curious. Say that 3 times fast. I killed one of the keepers, in case you're curious. Oh, son of a bitch. Alright, we're just gonna plow through this conversation.
Mother! Serana? Is it really you?
This sucks dick.
I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Archon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to
I wonder if there's a save there.
prophecy our way, not his.
Wait a moment. You brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire of mixed blood... Safe? Serana has sacrificed You think the scrolls are merely... The scroll... The second scroll like myself. Tradition... We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. Now you're beginning to see if Harkon... in his eyes. And how exactly do you plan on... If you believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans?
No.
You see the tyranny of this... Serana, this stranger may call himself a vampire, but he knows nothing of our struggle. Why should I entrust him?
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a man. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Serana, if you'd only open your eyes, the moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intention, but for Serana's sake, yes. Fortunately, you're in a... You need to, at their base, destroy the Keepers. One more. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat.
Slowly, I'm burning inside and loading. What's up, bitch? quickie. I already did, but oh well. Hopefully this shit doesn't fucking crash again. Nice head, bro. Yeah, check this out. We're gonna do this. I smell it.
Smell. Wait.
What's up, bitch? Oh, they're just fucking him up. I don't think I've ever heard fall before me. Just to be honest with you.
There could be no other end.
There could be no other end. Oh, cool.
Where'd you come from?
Nope, we're fucking leaving. Well, maybe not. Pretty sure there's a spell book around here too. I heard there's a fuck.
Without any regard for my safety, I fearlessly charge the enemy. No, much too dramatic. What do you want? How does anyone expect me to write my opus with all of these rude interruptions? What do I mean, indeed? If I hadn't lost all of the pages, I wouldn't be in this predicament, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. Very well. I suppose a moment or two of my time couldn't hurt. I am Jib. Some call me Saint Jib. Others call me Jib the Eradicator. Perhaps you've heard of me. I can't say that I'm surprised by your answer. Until I get my second volume published, no one will ever know of my achievements. A book? I'd hardly call a 26-volume epic simply a book. Surely you've heard of the rise and fall of Saint Jib the Eradicator, hero of Morrowind and savior of the Dunmer. Terrible. Simply terrible. I was in the midst of writing the second volume, and they just threw me into this prison. It's unfair. So what? What in the name of the Vic are you talking about? All I remember is that damn Gamora and his minions bursting into my home and sending me to their prison. Well, I assume so. It cast a spell at me from some kind of strange black crystal. Next thing I knew, I arrived here. My what? these wasted months? Or has it been years? I don't even remember how much time has passed. No, my work will never see the light of day. My name will be forgotten. Perhaps. Do you have a way out of here? Maybe I can't leave, but my writings can. In order to write the second volume of my opus, I need the notes from my first volume. Otherwise, I need to do all of this from memory.
You know what?
When I was tossed in here, I felt myself falling, and I dropped the pages I had been holding. There were 10 of them in all. Find them for me, please. I beg you. Ah, yes. Say Jib the Eradicator, Jib the Magnificent. I've earned a lot of those titles thanks to my campaign against the Winged Menace. Yes, I'm speaking of the Cliff Racer, of course. Wretched things. They used to crisscross the skies over Morrowind like vermin. Nasty flying creatures with a habit of sneaking up on the unwary. After I was freed from prison, I decided to turn my life around. Give something back to the people of Morrowind. It became quickly apparent that the best way I could help would be by wiping out the Cliff Racers. Indeed I was. I hunted down and killed every last one of them. Took years. The people of Morrowind were so grateful to have the roads safer again, they took to calling me St. Jib, and then the other names followed. That was a dark time in my life. I did a lot of things I ended up regretting. Maybe that's why I worked so hard to redeem myself once I was freed. I murdered others for money. And before you think I belong to some romantic or secretive guild, think again. I was simply an addict who needed money for skooma. The stuff wasn't cheap, and murder always seemed to be in demand. I finally bit off more than I could chew. I was paid to assassinate some high-ranking official from House Redoran. What I didn't know is someone had hired the Morag Tong to kill him as well. Exactly. He got to my target first and called the guard to cover his tracks. By the time I got there, the place was on alert. Walked right into a trap and didn't even realize it until I was captured. They tried me for murder, threw me on a prison ship, and sent me to the jail in Vivec City. Gave me a lot of time to think, that's for sure. Well, that's a ridiculous question. Everyone traveling through here has said that the Oblivion Gates have been opening all over Tamriel. Has it been that long? Oh my. Well, it started with the followers of Mehrunes Dagon having Emperor Uriel Septim VII assassinated. Without a Septim on the throne of the Empire, Dagon was able to leave Oblivion through the gates and attack. All I heard is that without a Septim sitting on the throne of the Empire, the Dragonfires in a place called the Temple of the One were no longer lit. This meant that we were vulnerable to the forces of Oblivion. Well, I don't know. Everything seemed fine until that Remora attacked me. I only heard later about the gates from the other souls. I can only assume the gates have been closed by now. Thanks again for searching. I don't know what I'd do without my pages.
there's some shit there I want to get. Oh, nice. Okay, this guy seriously sounds like Death from motherfucking Darksiders 2.
Still over half the page. I had just moved from my ancestral home in Morrowind to the continent of Cyrodiil. I settled in the city of Kvatch to write my memoirs and to find some peace and quiet. Indeed, one moment I was writing diligently, and the next, my door bursts open. It was a cadre of Dremora. The city was under attack. I took it upon myself to join the cause and fight the Dremora, thinking this would simply be another feather in my cap. The reason I'm standing in front of you as only a whisper of my former self should tell you that. I never knew what became of Kvatch. I wonder if they were triumphant without me. Thanks again for searching. I don't know what I'd do without my pages.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm totally not gonna do it right now. That's something I'm gonna like literally look up all the pages are. Because I've tried, and tried. I can't find a couple of them though. Yeah, I didn't think I could teleport through that. That was close to being really deadly. Oh, perfect time to level up my heavy armor. Bows seem to do a lot more heavy armor action. God damn it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, so they got spawned way the fuck down below. Cool. Why are the Bone Men so strong?
you managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive. Yes. Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnevere. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
You damn right he is. Should have crafted me a conjuration potion. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. I hear something.
Although, you know what I could do. Yeah, you know what I could do. Okay, so 3 foot there. The hell am I? Yeah, fuck it. I'll just... Fuck it. See if that's actually going. Cool, yeah. Which, that isn't gonna be too easy. The fuck was I getting all hyped up about? What a fucking joke. God. That was so fucking anticlimactic. 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 I don't know how it's pronounced, okay? But yeah, it's on the side. It's right. Or so, yeah, it's... It's up there. Oh, it's over there. Yeah, it's right there.
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon. Volumes written on Durnevere alleged that he can't be slain by normal means. It appears they were mistaken. Unless... the soul of a dragon is as resilient as its owner's scaly hide. It's possible that your killing blow has merely displaced Durnevere's physical form while he reconstitutes himself. Minutes, hours, years, I can't even begin to guess. I suggest we don't wait around to find out.
Minute!
Now, let's get you the Elder Scroll and you can be on your way.
Come on. She's leading us to the scroll.
What did you want? Quickly, this way. What did you want?
Man, I'm so close to Ariel's bow.
Now
My
that
favorite
you've
fucking...
retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be on your way.
I'm glad
Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, I have no choice. As I told you before, I'm a daughter of Cold Harbor. If I return to Tamriel, that increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of the sun to fruition. As much as it pains me to send you and Serana back alone, I can't take the risk. Remember that Harkon is not to be trusted. No matter what he promises, he'll deceive you in order to get what he wants. And promise me you'll keep my daughter safe. She's the only thing of value I have left.
Oh, yeah, you got
The
it.
sooner we get the scroll home, the sooner we deal with my father. The sooner we get the scroll home, the sooner we deal with my father. The sooner... Come
God,
on,
shut the
let's go home.
fuck up.
I'm glad we found the scroll.
Did you have anything to ask before you depart? Even if I could, Harkon would likely sense my return to Tamriel. The last thing you need right now is a trail for him to follow. Like Serana, I am a daughter of Cold. My presence in Tamriel would simply double the... The only way I'd even consider returning to Tamriel was if Harkon were not only to fail, but to be destroyed. You must understand, he's no longer the man I married all that time ago. He's obsessed, insane. Everyone around him fears him as they would a rabid dog. For all of this to end, he must die. Farewell.
You know, I wonder if I can get her back up into the surface. I never thought about that.
That Harkon's not.
Damn. I can't stand this suffering anymore. Fly for it. No one hears me. No one sees this war.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Quinarin. Cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death. I believe in civility among seasoned warriors. And I find your ear worthy of my words. My claws have rended the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle. I therefore honor name you Quinarin, or Vanquisher in your tongue. Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle, Quinarin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you. For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the Ideal Masters. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I desire to return there. I fear that my time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more. I will place my name with you, and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen, your ally, and teach you my Thu'um. Trivial in your mind, perhaps. For me, it would mean a great deal. I don't require an answer, Quinarin. Simply speak my name to the heavens when you feel the time is right. There was a time when I called Tamriel my home, but those days have long since passed. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in immense and ultimately fatal battles. I was, but unlike some of my brethren, I sought solutions outside the norm in order to maintain my superiority. I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Dylan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy. The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica. I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor, and had no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul. Free? No. I have been here too long, Quanarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call. In my language, the Quanarin is the vanquisher, the one who has bested a fellow Dova in battle. You are the Dovahkiin, the Dragonborn. You may not be one of us in body, but you have earned the right to bear this title.
Sweet. I always love talking to dragons. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it real. I mean, really, there's not much... I mean, Arvok was like the main thing that you should get in here. There's really not much else, to be honest. There's a couple of things. It's a neat little place, but it's just like, ugh. I like that it's purple themed, though. Purple is my main aura color. I can't stand this suffering anymore. Sweet. Great, gotta love that fire sound that's constantly with me.
Do you need something? I figured it would be more of an issue for you. Don't tell me you're that naive. Really? Oh. Wow. Alright, well... what do you think my father's going to do once we bring the bow to him? And I thought my father was the delusional one. At that point, you'll have given him everything he's ever wanted. He won't need either of us anymore. You'll have shown yourself to be strong, which means you can't be allowed to just stick around. And I'll be unnecessary once he has it. I think you know. We both know what's going to have to happen once we find the bow. Keep strong and eyes open. We're on a different path now.
The Soul Code. Man.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
Oh my god. I mean... What the fuck? I hope that fire sound is not with me. And it is. So I'm gonna... This is gonna be the end of this episode, because I'm gonna restart. Oh my god, I hope this isn't an actual thing.